Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Wednesday night, April the 16th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. This is the last post-game live stream of this season. Welcome. It's definitely not the last stream of this season, but this is the last time we'll be talking about a Vancouver Canucks game that means something for 6 months. Yes, May, June, July, August, September, October. It kind of sucks, right? That's 6 months until Canucks hockey once again. I wouldn't say we were spoiled by last spring, but it certainly felt good. Not only winning the first round, but winning the second, getting to Game 7 in the second round. I can't remember what the actual date was, but I'm pretty sure we were playing until mid-May, right? Or at least the first week of May, if not the second week of May. That feels way better than April the 16th. But we will break it down. We will break down tonight's game. I will set up what I'm going to do tomorrow. I will set up what I'm going to do for some of the off season. So moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you. And I never, ever take you for granted. Yes, Taylor, sorry to tell you, but it is going to be 6 months. It's 7 months if you make it a little bit in the playoffs. I went the wrong way. It's 5 months if you make it a little bit in the playoffs. It's only 4 months if you win the Stanley Cup or make it to the final. But it's a full 6 months if you do not make the playoffs. This is how all of you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel. That means you get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together. Like the fact that, sure, it didn't go the way we wanted to, but at least we have an entertaining team to talk about, a team that's never void of storylines, and like the fact that we continue to build the best Canucks community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation. Get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your membership. You can use your monthly membership message. Oh, I missed one. You can upgrade your membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So I'm going to break down tonight's game a little bit. Going to talk about the season a little bit, but we have a lot of time to talk about the season. Going to do a quick playoff preview, very quick. But that's actually, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to whet your appetite for tomorrow night's show, where I'm going to talk about my confidence pool, and I can set it up already because we know the 16 teams that will be in the NHL playoffs. So once again, thank you for being here, and thank you for being with me all season. This isn't the swan song. This isn't the last show of the of my streaming season, for sure, but it's the last show, this last post-game show. We'll put it that way because the Canucks don't have to play anymore. Now, someone mentioned, I think Fangirl asked me yesterday or 2 days ago. I didn't have a show yesterday. Oh, I guess I should give you a quick bowling update. Let me do that. So before anyone complains, I came here for Canucks talk. I didn't have a show last night, so I'll give you a very, very quick bowling update. Last night was week 2 of the playoffs. I told you there's 20 teams, and the top 10 were on the A side. The top 10 were on the B side. So we were on the A side. So last week I averaged 187. Yesterday I averaged 176. Not bad. Still one of my better seasons, but not great. I went 198, 186, 167, 153. So all to say, our final placing in the regular season was 6 out of 20. So yeah, we just finished out of the top quarter. We were the 6th place team out of 20. And then when playoffs were said and done, we were number 2 after last week, but we dropped. So we finished number 7 out of 20 in the playoffs, or technically 7 out of 10 on the A side, but technically all the A side teams are better than the B side, if that makes sense. So I'm going to say we were 6th in the regular season. We were 7th. Over in the playoffs, which I think is pretty good considering, as I mentioned, our leadoff was okay. but she's Kayla's age. She's only a grade 12 student. I was totally misplaced as a middle because all the middles average like 190, 195, 200. I came in an average 171, but I held my own. And our anchor is probably the third best bowler in our league behind my cousin Jordan and my son Jacob. So all to say, we were thrilled with a 6th place finish in regular season, with a 7th place finish in the playoffs. So that is the end of my bowling season. Ironically, it ends the day before the Canucks season does. And now I'll just be bowling casually over the summer. Definitely going to plan a CCC meetup for the summer, with no game to watch, but I'm just going to rent 4 to 6 lanes and just let you guys go to town, bowling that is. So look for that in the summer. I'm just going to map out my summer, see what makes the most sense for all of us. Kind of ashamed to be inside on a warm sunny day, but I guess we can't predict the weather. So yes, we will do a CCC meetup in the summer, and it'll be at the bowling alley. And I'll just, like I said, block off a few lanes, get some pizza, some beer, some pop, and just have a really good time. So that is my bowling update. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Let's get to the Canucks game. And for the last time this season, I'll be doing the Sedge VC, the Clay Edge Go Visualizer commentary. So here we go. The first goal, the only goal for the Canucks, PS shooter. And this was Hoglander chases it down in the corner, and then he gets it to Garland, who then kind of Suter goes to the net. Garland takes a shot on it was Akira Schmid tonight, right? On Schmid, and then Suter bangs home the rebound. We think we're gonna be awesome. Good start for the Canucks, and that's the only goal we score the entire game. But PS Shooter scores his 25th goal of the season, so a great season for him. And then Connor Garland has his 50th point of the season. Second period, only 1 goal. Victor Olofsson, and a minute and a half left. Obviously, Canucks, I wanted them to escape this period, but it is William Karlsson getting the puck in the corner. Then boom, right from not the slot, from the faceoff circle, beats Lankinen. The only time Lankinen was beaten because he was pulled after 2 periods. According to Rick Tocchet, he pulled something, a muscle of some sort, and it wasn't worth risking him in a mean-nothing game when you're not trying to make the playoffs or not even gearing up for the playoffs. So then it was Nikita Tolopil for the final frame. And remember, Tolopil played well against San Jose, only let in a goal, wasn't really tested on Monday night. So this one was a little bit more challenging. And it's Dorofeev from Olofsson and Ben Hutton, ex-Canuck Ben Hutton. And this one, I kind of want Tolopil to get this. I'm not sure if it deflected off Hronek's stick, but it's basically a 1-on-1 and a shot from the faceoff circle, a wrister that beats Tolopil on the glove side. Then it was Jack Eichel, also assisted by Ben Hutton. Remember Ben Hutton, former Canucks defenseman, also in one of my Canucks Christmas Carol videos. If you remember that, before the Canucks took it down off their YouTube channel, but I still remember. Anyways, here comes Jack Eichel. He loses the puck. Then he goes towards the net. Then it moves around to Hutton, who shoots it. And then Eichel, it looks like it's going wide, but he deflects it with almost a high stick, but he puts it past Tolopil, who is maybe a little bit aggressive on the right side, but not going to blame him for that. And then Cole Schwint. That's the name I haven't seen before. Cole Schwint. It's huge, trying to get it in. It goes off of Hronek. Tocchet mentioned guys skating too lazily through the middle. And then Schwint scores his first goal as a Vegas Golden Knight. And that is the final score. Yes, Stanley Cup champion Ben Hutton. Was he injured all season, you guys, or did he not make the team? Because apparently this was his first game of the season. He has 2 assists against his former team. So he finishes the season with an amazing 2 points per game average. The shots were even after 1, but Canucks dominated. Then the Vegas Golden Knights dominated the second period, 12-5. Third period, 9-4. They outshoot the Canucks 29-17. This feels very much like a lot of the games in the middle part of the season. They outface off us. No one scores on the power play. We had 24 hits. They had 15. You don't expect a lot of hits in the last game of the season. They had 15 block shots as well. Look at the season series. It was ugly. It was so ugly. You know how we beat San Jose 4 straight games? They beat us 4 straight games. No blowouts, actually. But is that any consolation? Vegas wins 3-1, Vegas wins 3-1, Vegas wins 3-2, Vegas wins 4-1. So that was the season series for the entire season. Then we look at the box score. Who cares? Oh, I guess we can't because it's broken on NHL.com. That was pretty easy to do. Now let's look at the standings. You can tell I'm not mailing it in. I care. I care about you guys. Don't really care about this game. So we're waiting for the standings to pop up. I don't know why my internet's so slow, but it's working. Here we go. The NHL playoff bracket is set. We will talk about it tomorrow, but we know the teams that made it. Montreal, with their win, means Columbus cannot catch them. So yes, 5 of 7 Canadian teams make it. The only teams that don't, that are Canadian, are Calgary and Vancouver. I'll explain how the playoffs work tomorrow, but basically Ottawa, as the first wild card, plays against the weaker of the division winners, and that is Toronto. So Ottawa stays in the Atlantic Division, where Montreal is going to play in the Metropolitan Division for the playoffs. Similar with the West, as the first wild card, Minnesota plays against the weaker division winner. So Minnesota actually will play in the Pacific Division, and then St. Louis will join their Central Division counterparts. So you could get Winnipeg, in this case, versus Minnesota conference final. You could actually have 2 teams from the Central meeting, or you could have 2 teams from the Atlantic, but it would have to be the Montreal Canadiens. But imagine the Montreal Canadiens meet up with Toronto. Oh, imagine a Toronto-Montreal Eastern Conference final. All right, that's it. I'm going to go over this in more greater detail tomorrow when I dedicate almost my entire stream to the playoff confidence pool. I have some major donations to get to. I see them popping through, so I better get to them right now. We start with Skytrain Yrvin with the $5 donation. Franchise member Skytrain Yrvin. Let's give him some love. Skytrain Yrvin, always very, very creative. By the way, many of you are very creative when I do my bad joke. Often, I think Irwin's good at this, and there are other Skytrain Yrvin, maybe Irvin. You guys try and tie in the bad joke to your rating. You tie in my bad joke to the ranking or the rating of the bad joke. Hard to explain, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So keep up the creativity. Yrvin, Skytrain Yrvin. Not a golden night to end what was a storyline heavy season. Yes, I can only fit 4 in the poll question, but you could probably riff off at least a half dozen major storylines. But thank you. Actually, I was just thinking, I didn't even put as one of the storylines, not just Miller versus Petey, but the Miller trade. Skytrain Yrvin, thank you for the $5 donation. Thank you for your support all season. Let's give Skytrain Yrvin some love in the chat. But my friends, we ain't done. Nice to see you, TLC. $5 donation. Let's give TLC some love in the chat. Eichel goal that beat Topio was an unlucky deflection. Got a good look at it while I was at the game. I believe it did tip a little off of Hronek. So I think we're talking about the 2 different goals, right? The Eichel deflection was good. Or maybe that tipped off Hronek too. But I definitely think that the second goal from Dorofeyev went off of Hronek. Unless that's what you're saying as well, TLC. Glad you're at the game. Sorry you didn't see a win, but thank you very much for the donation. And I owe you an email. I saw it today, so I'll get back to you tomorrow for sure. But TLC, keep up the good work. Let's give TLC some love in the chat. But we ain't done. Legendary Lucas Gates with the massive $28 donation. Thank you, Lucas, for your generosity. Legendary Lucas Gates. So the end of the 7th hockey season, your 7th hockey season, wasn't what I hoped for, but buckle up. Year 8 is going to be epic. Mark my words, it's big. You'll see it very soon. Well, congratulations, Lucas. Whatever that is, you're the master of the cliffhanger. But thank you, Lucas, for your generosity, not only tonight, but throughout the season as well. Let's give Lucas some love in the chat. But my friends, we ain't done. Mark Shankita of Game Over Vancouver. Oilers versus Kings is basically going to be 7 Hell in a Cells in a row. Yes. Firstly, let's give Mark some love for the $7 donation, maybe for 7 games. Yeah, we saw what happened. Was it last night or 2 nights ago where it was Nurse, it was Byfield, it was Corey Perry, it was Deneau kind of jabbing at each other verbally. And at first I thought the Kings were going to wipe up the floor or the ice, I guess more accurately, with the Edmonton Oilers. But, depending if the Kings win tomorrow night, they're only going to finish 4 or 6 points apart. And I think Edmonton's getting healthier, right? Didn't McDavid play tonight? So they're getting healthier. That's going to be a fun series. I'm still more intrigued by Dallas, Colorado, but basically it's the same quality teams. Dallas has 106, Colorado has 102, Edmonton has 101, and LA is going to finish with 105, 106, or 107. So two very similar type series. Should be a lot of fun in the West. Thank you, Mark. I'm sure maybe you have. What are you guys doing for the offseason for Game Over Vancouver? Are you hitching your wagon to another team, or do you get an early start to the offseason like I do as well? So thank you to everyone who made sure that donation train is not only going, but it's basically careening down the tracks almost unstoppably. So thank you to Skytrain Alfred for the donation. Thank you to Line Change for the donation. Thank you to Lucas Gates for the donation. And thank you to Mark Shankita for the donation. All of you, very, very grateful for you. Okay, let's do this. Let's, let me do my mid-show sponsor read now, but I'm not saying I'm only going for 35 minutes, but this might be a good time to take the break and to set up the second half of the show. And then we can just talk. We can talk about the Canucks. We can talk about the season. Not going to talk about my playoff pool. Going to save that for tomorrow, but I'll talk about that. I'll anticipate that. I will promote that in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, just before I go, interesting. Mike says Dallas finished the year 0-5-2. Dallas better snap out of their losing streak. Yes. And I think Jason Robertson got it. Dallas, you guys might remember, Dallas was my preseason pick to go to the final against the Rangers. That wasn't the best pick, I admit. Rangers may be the only team more disappointing than the Canucks this season. So I had Dallas and the Rangers as my final. Obviously, the Rangers can't fulfill their end of the bargain. And with Dallas, I can't pick them over Colorado right now. I just can't. And then do you pick Winnipeg over Colorado? I don't know if I can do that either. Okay, friends, let's get to my Mitchell sponsor read. And then, thank you for this. Lucas, I should... Patty O'Neill, 45 years as our Canucks equipment manager. 45. So he wasn't here from the very start, but 45 years, and he retires tonight. The Canucks featured him appropriately, deservingly on their social media. And then even the LA Kings, starting with Tanner Pearson and Ben Hutton, ex-Canucks, every single every single Vegas Golden Knights player went to shake Pat O'Neill's hand after the game. So very classy move. I thought that was really, really nice to see. Red Hamilton going to be the next head equipment manager. That would not surprise us or me, considering his tenure, his story, his popularity as well. So congratulations to Patty O'Neill for an excellent 45-year career. Maybe I should try and get him on the show. That would be kind of fun, actually. Okay, friends, Mitchell sponsor read always starts off by thanking my primary sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thanks to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout when you do so. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of that fine artwork. Thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Also, thanks to everyone who has purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at Canuck Clay. I'm really doing well with these slides tonight. CanuckClay.threadless.com. I am wearing one of the designs right now, the CCC shirt. It's a full logo, as you see on the screen, or as I'm wearing now, the half chest, not half chest. What do you call it? Chest? Breast? That doesn't sound right. There, it's right here. No, I'm not loopy just yet. So thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. I appreciate you very much. Shows this week. Pretty simple. The shows this week are tomorrow. Tomorrow at 11 p.m. and I devote it. It's not so much my playoff preview, but I'm sure we'll do a little bit of that because I don't want to give away all my picks. But I'm going to go through every single thing you need to know about my confidence pool, and I'm going to open it up tomorrow night as part of the stream. So you'll be the first to be able to enter. For those of you that did it last year or have done it before and you understand it, tomorrow night's show might be a little slow for you, but I'm going to go pretty slow because I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I don't want to leave any question unanswered. And I basically don't want anyone to screw up the math because I'll get more on this tomorrow. But my biggest pet peeve about this pool, because there's no automatic calculation, so you have to manually make sure that you don't mess up or use any score twice. But I found a way to not penalize, but to save me some work. And I'll explain all that tomorrow as well. So please join me tomorrow night at 11 p.m. as this regular season will have ended. We can go over the final standings, but more importantly, we can talk about my NHL confidence pool. Can't wait for that show tomorrow night, and can't wait to unveil the pool to you, especially those of you that haven't done it before. Put in the chat right now if you are indeed looking forward to joining the NHL confidence pool. Finally, mid-show reminder, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation like so many people have done already. Thank you very much. Maybe you're happy the season's done. I don't know. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure that you rate and review. Before I get to your questions and your comments, actually two things. Before I do what I was going to do, I want to recognize Swervin Yrvin's $5 donation. Let's give Swervin Yrvin some love in the chat. I love this. And I've been blessed to connect with Yrvin at a few things. I think 3 or 4 hockey games and 1 wrestling event, right? I joined CCC last year when the Canucks were a wagon. I stayed for the community. Win or lose, all of you guys are a joy to hang out with. That is awesome. That should be like on our posters and our advertising for next year. Thank you, Yrvin, for the $5 donation. Thank you for your unrivaled support on this channel. And thank you for your friendship as well. Let's give Yrvin some love in the chat. Gerald says, get those likes up. I agree. And I was talking about the hockey pool. Yep. Alfred says, let's go playoff pool. Looking forward. Get enjoying the confidence pool. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. Okay. Before I start my second half of the show, I got this in the mail and I haven't opened it yet. It's from Canucks for Kids Fund. So I thought I would open it on the stream. I'm pretty sure, actually, I don't even know what it is. I know what it's from. I think it's for my donation for the Canucks for Kids telethon that they had. And I think, I can't remember what my final donation was. I think it was $190 based on how many goals the Canucks scored, how many points Quinn Hughes got, blah, blah, blah. But yes, whatever it was, I'm sure it was worth it. So I usually don't do this on these streams, but why not? Why not? Let's do an unboxing. Here we go. I love these letter openers. Listen to this. Oh yeah, do you guys hear that? Oh shoot, I just cut the picture. No, I didn't. I'm just kidding. So here we go. I'll show it to you before even I see it. Unless there's a piece of paper on it. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here's the reveal. Oh, upside down. Wow, they gave me a piece of cardboard. That was so bad. Let's try that again. There it is. So it is a picture of Rick Tocchet. What's our new dog's name again? What's our new dog's name? Do you like the... Is it, I can't... Now I'm so... Was it... This is so bad. I should know this. Was Eddie our new dog? Or no, Eddie's our new dog, right? What was our old dog? Or Rip. Rip is the one who unfortunately passed away. So this is Eddie. So, but we are not done. Dun, dun. Okay, I'm going to do something fun. Watch this. Magic. You ready? This is the CCC Magic Show. Oh, you see that? Amazing. All together, all in. It is Demko. It is Hughes. It is Besser. It is Sherwood. And it is PD. Interesting. You know what's interesting is they have Besser. I just find this really kind of fascinating. They have Besser as the one of the big three with Hughes and Demko and not PD. Whereas PD is going to be here for at least 7 more years if they don't trade him. And Besser may have played his last game. So again, Demko, Hughes, Besser, PD, and Sherwood. That picture, I'm gonna buy some frames because I'm gonna get some new Gassy Jack art stuff. I have these two now, and then Rick Tockett and Eddie. Boy, I'll figure it out for next time. So yeah, do you guys enjoy that? I probably have the worst unboxing skills in the world, but anytime I get packages, that didn't sound right. I should just open it on the stream, even if it's not a Canucks thing. Any mail, like, should I open my Visa bill? I could open my Visa bill on stream right now. Should I open my Visa bill? Here we go. My Visa bill. Here we go. Some more ASMR for you. Gonna open my Visa bill right here. Oh no, I better not show that to you because then you know how much I spend. All right. Rob said that was neat. Zal says, I just tuned in as Clay lost it. What's going on? You guys are hilarious. Zal, I just opened up a package I got from the Canucks for Kids Fund because of my donation for the telethon in March. And then, so I just did that. And then I was joking around about unboxing other things. So I did just open up a Visa bill. I didn't show everyone the Visa bill, but I did show, and I was joking around about just kind of opening up random mail on the stream for the off season. Yeah. I can't believe that Besser is in that. I'm going to talk about that just before we start, LMAO, okay, first, what would Gail say if you put that picture of Tockett? You know, I'm going to do that. She's asleep already. I'm actually going to take this up and I'm going to put this beside my bed tonight and we'll see what she says. She probably won't even notice. She's so clueless in the morning and she's blind until she puts her contacts in. LMAO, the Visa bill. Is this Loopy Clay? Pretty much it. TLC. I came back from the game and Clay is showing us his bills. Hey, Ian. The tweet of Besser in the car with the fan and the signed team jersey, I don't think much of it because he could simply been him delivering a team signed jersey to a charity or someone he knows. I don't read too much into it as in they all sign it to say goodbye to him. What's the minimum pay? $12 for 320 years. Spin the wheel. See who pays Clay's Visa. Shannon. I love this. That's the next wheel is who pays my bills. Okay, real quick, paperless. Yeah, no, they are actually. I kind of lied. I won't show it, but it wasn't a Visa bill. It was from TD, but it was actually my line of credit statement, which is also actually. Thankfully, there's nothing on it. Why do they send you? This is a waste. Why do they send you a statement to say your credit limit is still what it is? Because there's zero balance on it. I'm not showing off. I have other things I have to pay off. Okay. Is that my only fan? Are you talking about this one? My only fan? Okay, for real. Before I get too loopy, before I get off topic, I was going to ask you guys, and I know we have a lot of time for this. I started to get into this and then I don't know why I went away from it. Fangirl asked me last stream if I thought that the year-end media availability would be on the weekend. And I originally said no. And I said so quite quickly, not upset. I just thought that they probably wouldn't do it, especially on Friday, Good Friday, maybe not on Easter Sunday. And I don't know if they have to respect Christians, but it just feels like a weird time to do it. Then I thought maybe Monday, because that's a holiday for some people, but not for everyone. But then I thought I heard Tockett after the game and maybe Besser to pregame or post-game. I thought I heard them talking about, they exit interviews on Friday, but maybe, but no, they usually do media on the same day they do exit interviews. So I'm really torn. Last night I was quite adamant, at least predicting that they wouldn't do their year-end media on the weekend, especially on Friday. But now I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure. And did the Canucks say anything? Oh, by the way, this could be the greatest moment in the history of my stream. They posted the 50-50 winner of $1 million. Give me a sec. I want to see if it's me. If I win $575,000, I'm buying season tickets for all of you that are in the chat. Okay, let me see. can't believe how much I'm revealing tonight. Okay, so here's my 50-50 ticket. Oh no, that's my Gyubi Japanese grill bill. What am I doing here? Here's my 50-50 ticket. No, I'm not drunk, but thank you for asking. Here's my 50-50 ticket. The winning number is DD2. Oh, mine starts with a 1. So much for that. I'm happy to support the Canucks for Kids Fund. Actually, I better check. I always do this. I find out, you guys do this? That you don't win, then you get mad and you crumple it up, and then you double check just to make sure you're not throwing away a $575,000 ticket. Nope. Here's some more ASMR for you. Okay. I wanted to win because I wanted to buy all of you. Season tickets. Exit interviews, I believe, Thursday. And then media on Friday. That is a tad surprising to me, but it's not up to me. Okay. I appreciate that, TLC. Jessica thinks I'm going crazy. Super loopy Clay. How often do you enter the 50-50 chat? The 50 or the contest? I buy every game. I do buy. I spend $25 every game. Because I don't pay for parking and I usually don't pay for food and drink. So I'm happy to support the Canucks for Kids Fund. Imagine if Clay won. There's 68 people in the chat. Yeah, I would have bought all you guys season tickets. Please. My friends entitled to have their opinion. But that is a... Is that a term that Trev coined? That's pretty funny, actually. That's pretty funny. All right. I will answer some of your questions starting now. Wait, is Quinville returning, or are you asking me if I don't mind him. I think there's redemption stories all around, but yes, I don't know. Refresh my memory if. Is he returning to the NHL? Or the rumors to return? Let me know. Let me know. Loopy Clay is very entertaining. Thank you. Who will be the first coach fired after the season? It might be the Rangers or Nashville coach. Who will be the first coach fired after early round exit? I don't know if any coach. Well, it depends how they lose, I guess. But I don't know if anyone will get fired after the first round. Yeah, I know. I see the lag too. I don't know what it's for. And I don't know why. 'Cause I didn't do anything exciting today. I wonder if a bunch of my kids are on the internet. Maybe I should just upgrade. Oh yeah, I can see myself freezing. That's not good. But if I refresh my stream, I'm afraid that I'm going to lose everyone. And I'm checking my computer right now to see what else is running. Oh, I know what I can do. No, I don't know what else I can do. I'm not sharing any other screens. Okay, we're just going to try and make it work. Oh, now my YouTube page crashed, so that's not good. Or maybe it's going to reset now. Okay, we're going to keep going, and we're just going to see what happens. You had your last shift, Selena. I hope it went okay. Season tickets would have been nice. Actually, I think the lag should be better now because my StreamYard seems faster again. I just bought a Besser jersey today since he will probably leave. I know it might go on sale, but I might not get it then. That's fair. No, no judgment here, Jessica. You do what you want. And one of my shows in the next couple of days will be about, and you can talk about now if you want, is do you think Besser's played his last game as a Vancouver Canuck? If the NBA came back to Vancouver, does Rogers Arena need new locker rooms to facilitate that? Is there an option to renovate Pacific Coliseum to possibly get the lacrosse team to play there? Fangirl, great questions. I have no idea how to answer. I have no clue. You think with all the renovations, though, they would figure out a way to make the NBA work at Rogers for sure. 7 to 8 people in one row. Yes, everyone's sitting on everyone's lap, Adrian. It'll be very uncomfortable for some. Others may really enjoy it, actually. Line change with a $2 donation telling me to check my text messages. So let's give some love to TLC for a $2 donation. Says, may want to check your text, sent you something. Ah, very good. I'm not, I think he's lying. I'm sure it's fine. A picture, there's TLC with our friend Joshua Griffith. That is awesome. Glad you guys met up at the game. That's the second time you've met up at the game, right, TLC? So thank you for that, and thank you for the donation. Let's give TLC some love in the chat. Nothing imminent, but he is allowed to be rehired. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. What do you think Besser was feeling tonight? He kind of looked emotionless today. Not happy, just sad. Not sad, just there. I think he's sad. You can kind of see it on his face. He's the one thing you love about him. One of the many things is he wears his emotions on his sleeve. But you could tell that he wasn't feeling it today. You could tell that. I think something like this weighs heavy on him. You got to think he's been here for 9 years, right? 3 years, three-year contracts. So don't blame him for wanting to get paid. I don't know what the market's going to be like for him if he indeed does test the market. Favorite food items to buy and eat? Just one, John Chan. Carve sandwich. Isn't it better when doesn't food taste better when it's free? Isn't that a funny phenomenon? Food does taste better when it's free. I'm not just talking about carve sandwiches. I'm talking about any type of food. But yes, carve sandwich is my favorite at the games. I think I'm past the lag now because at least it doesn't look like it's lagging on my side. Laviolette, yes, I think he could be the first one fired for sure. All right, here we go. So shout out to Selena, Hall of Fame member, and Justin, Hall of Fame member, sharing Selena's phone. We just met Carlson and Joshua. That is awesome. Oh, I won't play I see a Justin picture with Carlson, which is cool. And then, that is awesome. And then a video of Carlson and Joshua signing things. That's awesome. Thank you, Selena and Justin, for sending me that. And thank you, Selena, for using your monthly membership message, even if it was Justin doing it. Selena hype, indeed. G. Ellis stuck with him. His no trade doesn't kick in. Oh, sorry, you guys talking about PD. Doesn't kick in until July. We need to trade him, even if it's just to free up the 11.6. That's a good point. No movement does kick in on July 1st. So is the draft a place where you could try and drum up interest on PD? Heard Talkett and Alvin JR Talkett extension. Is Best really done? Chances he'll stay. I think Talkett stays. I think Besser does not. That's what I think. No, I think it was Linus Karlsson that they met. The Rangers coach. Yep. I'm really bristling at the idea. Oh yeah, Laviolette is Rangers, brunette is Predators. Bristling at the idea that we will lose our key figures in the next season or two. Hughes, PD, Demko, Talkett. It's tiring hearing we should get rid of X without any viable alternative. I hear ya. But that's what happens when you're not winning, right? Both the Rangers and Boston are not making playoffs is pathetic or is poetic. Sorry, poetic. Yes. All of our former players are there. Lindholm and Zadorov in Boston, Soucy and Miller, among others in New York. New York, Boston, Chicago, Detroit. All 4 original 6 American teams do not make it while Toronto and Montreal do. I don't know if I would want to check my texts after that. GLS in Japan 4 talking about, our team. That's cool. Sums up the Canucks season. Well, I can't remember what we're talking about now. I thought I saw you at the game tonight, but turns out it was another Asian guy with a buzz cut. No, Kyle, you left out 2 very important words. I thought I saw you at the game tonight, but turns out it was another good-looking Asian guy with a buzz cut and glasses. Yes. No, I was not at the game. Tuesday night and Wednesday nights, I don't go to games. Tuesday night's bowling, and Wednesday night is my religious education at my church. Do you think the Lions are going to do... I don't know. I now I can turn more of my attention to the Lions, but I don't know much about what they've done in the offseason, for sure. The kids are watching your OnlyFans. Yeah, yeah. If I had an OnlyFans, I'd have to pay people to watch it, I think. I don't know about renovation Simon at BC Place, but definitely they're going to do something at Rogers Arena. Besser was probably relieved that he's done with his team. He's going to try and get the bag in free agency. Yep. 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 Read what I said. Justin took my phone. Huh? I thought I read what you said. Yeah, you know, maybe, yeah, all I need to do is refresh my stream next time. I can't believe I've never thought about that before. Thanks, everyone. Besser currently 8th in all-time Canucks goal scoring, Ring of Honor. I could see him being a Ring of Honor guy for sure. Not just because of what he did on the ice, but off the ice as well. NBA will be coming back. I know one of the guys leading the investors group. Oh, and a new arena. Gerald, I like this kind of inside scoop. Love it. First and last game's lost. What a way to bookend season. I hope the team rehabs off season and PD does too with therapy. Future's bright with youngsters. JT fans, nobody wants that drama. Rangers, ha. Fillmore, you've packed a lot into that one message. Can't say I disagree with you. Hope your stream doesn't follow the Canucks season and catch fire. Well, I love it if my channel caught fire, but maybe not my actual computer. Yeah, you and Josh are met before. Cool. Panic level of Willander not signing his ELC? 0. I have 0% panic. Vancouver's right side is Hronik, Myers, and Mancini. So where does Willander fit on that side? Oh, ahead of Mancini. I think Mancini's stock has dropped already. Like, he's fine. I mean, he's okay. He's not great. But I was more high on him when he first came. I still think he'll be good, but as a depth, like third pairing max. Whereas I think Willander can be second pairing. So I'm not panicked at all. I really not. Russell, hey bud, do you feel a sense of relief now that the season is over? You know, not relief from creating content, not relief from having to stream or having to set everything up or do goal reviews or whatever. Because if that becomes a burden, then I shouldn't be doing this. But there is a certain sense of relief that's for the players and for Talkit and just their mental well-being. This was a rough year. This was a messed up year. And realistically, I know there's the thought, well, just get in the playoffs and anything can happen, i.e. 2019 St. Louis Blues. But there also is get in the playoffs and get smoked by a really good team, which could have happened as well. Like if we had got in, we'd play Winnipeg or Vegas in the first round. So relief might not be the exact same word, Russell, the perfect word, but there is a sense of, a little bit for sure. NBA is going to Vegas and Seattle. Whether they go to 36 is the question. That's fair. Besser was a bright spot of hope when he arrived. Yes. Best storyline, honorable mention, the Canucks number 2 ranked PK, which not only clears pucks at ease, but also creates shorthanded scoring opportunities. This PK will win games on its own next season. I love it. Ricky, love the optimism. If Seattle gets a team, Vancouver will get a team shortly after that. Oh, you're talking about NBA? That would be cool. Favorite dessert? Jello and ice cream. Yes, I am 5 years old. I like Jello, not together. That will make you sick, but I like Jello and I like ice cream. Japan 4, I know what you're getting at. I know what that is. And no comment. Oh, that's funny. I think, Sarah, a lot of people lined up outside the parking garage at the end of tonight's game. Clay, did your wife allow you to check out other women? Or is that asking for trouble? GL, is she trying to get me in trouble here? I thank God she's not watching. It depends what you mean by check out. No, she doesn't allow me to check out other women. Nor do I want to check out other women. My best friend is a female. And a lot of my close friends are females. Like when you're this good look. No, I'm just kidding. It's nothing to do with that. So interesting question. Give me more context and I promise I will answer honestly. I always answer honestly. I just don't want to be answering the wrong question. Does Talkit go to Philly to become the Flyers' new head coach? No. We are done. That will be my third design for sure. The only way Besser comes back if he doesn't get what he wants in free agency and the Canucks can't sign any top 6 free agent. Japan 4, I could see that path. Like I don't want it to happen, but that is a realistic path. Yes, when they're driving out of the parking lot. Yeah, that we ain't done. We'll get it done. I got all summer. Montreal makes it in. Lindholm a complete flop in Boston, yet the management wanted to overpay him. Yes. So here's one where we can be thankful that the Canucks did not do that. Out of all the teams by stats, you think Winnipeg and then Toronto. Like Ottawa and Montreal, I just don't. They might win one round, but I can't see them winning the cup. I could see Winnipeg, Edmonton, or Toronto winning the cup. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't want to give away all my confidence picks, but to answer your question, John, man, I always say Winnipeg. I don't think they're going to get past the second round. But does Toronto get past the second round? Does Edmonton even get past the first round? I'll say Winnipeg. We have to re-sign Suter. Which team in the playoffs can pull the upset? I'd say Ottawa. Ottawa over Toronto. With Lankinen signed for the next 5 and Sheilow's being waivers eligible next season, does a Demko trade seem more likely to happen during the offseason? I don't think so. I really think the Canucks want to come back with Demko and Lankinen. I really do. Yeah, it's funny, Japan 4, you mentioned Sam Bennett because I and Parker and I have talked about... No, sorry, not Parker and me. I talked to my season ticket partner, Mike, about Bennett probably going to be he'll probably be the one guy that gets overpaid a lot for sure. I don't watch NBA playoffs that much anymore. I still run a pool, Adrian, that's only maybe 15 or 20% the size of my NHL pool. But I won't be watching a lot, but I'll be following it. I do think Bester is going. That's my guess. Canucks' biggest mistake was not re-signing Zadorov. Once he left, our whole team toughness and intimidating left for them. Yeah, I'm not in full agreement. Japan 4. I definitely said we did get less tough and less intimidating, but how much of a difference would he have made on this team this year? I think, Jog, we have everything right now, but I don't know if we're going to have our first round pick by the time the draft comes along. Mancini is a bit of a project. Tried to start a JT Miller chant and got some looks. Talkett and Suter stay. Bester goes home to Minnesota. That's a decent take. I would love the play-in format. I would love it, but Gary Bettman doesn't want it. Habs started losing once you left. Yes, everything's ever third. Thank you, Japan 4. Bester back to Minnesota as well. Bester to the Rangers. What? Will you say the season on same level as COVID? Oh, sorry. This season is the same level as the COVID All-Canadian division, disappointment-wise. Yeah, that Canadian division, I was intrigued for a little bit, but then it got boring pretty quick, especially how badly the Canucks suck. Yeah, pretty close. Maybe this one's... Yeah, you're right, because that was on the heels of our playoff run in the bubble. This was on the heels of our playoff run last year. Yeah, very similar. Great point. Besser and Miller reunited in New York. Minecraft movie, can't comment. I like the jailbreak goal. And I like the point system, but Bedman is such a traditionalist. I don't think he'll go with it. Best with JT is okay, but Devils better to play with Quinn Bros. Yeah, let's get them here, not Quinn going there. April 30th is Canadian Tax Day. Number 2 in PK, but Vegas was 26 and they're at the top of the Pacific. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know we were number 2 in the PK. That's a remarkable turnaround. Marcus Pettersson, a big reason for that. What other storylines did you forget happened this year? Daniel Sprong scored the Canucks only to be traded. Yeah, Daniel Sprong, that's a good one. Another forgotten story maybe was how good Sheilow's was in the playoffs last year and how quickly he flamed out this year. Yeah, those are 2 small ones. You know, a small one too that didn't really affect the season crazy was Forbert missing a lot of time at the start of the year. Some of it due to the death of his father. I just feel bad for him because then now he has the broken eye socket, right? It's brutal. If they had to play in rounds 7, 10, 8, 9, should the higher seed get an advantage? Yes. Just the home game, I think, is the advantage already. But you're right. You play all year to be eliminated in one game, but so be it. That means you're not that good. Sprong going OT lost to Flames was the writing on the wall of a losing season. Yes, WrestleMania indeed. Canuck Clay checking out women tips. No, I would not be the right person. Do you think the Sedins... I haven't had a girl like me, aside from my wife, in 35 years. Do you think the Sedins will have a bigger role next year? I hope so. Maybe not behind the bench, but up in Vancouver. But they're doing obviously they're doing such really good work in Abbotsford. They've made the playoffs, and any player that comes up from Abbotsford does not look out of place. Yeah, Swervin Yrvin saying, drop some random memories from the season in the chat. Sedins could have a bigger role. You could see it. I love it. Jets versus Leafs in the final. Not for me. Oh, Jets are fine. Target postgame sure sound like he's coming back. Biggest soul search on whether he wants to stay is how much he wants to coach Petey and whether or not he believes in him. That's fair. That's fair because he's his aside from Hughes, his most key player. I agree with that about sounding like he's coming back. Yes, I've always said, John, that I want the Canucks to go for Ehlers. The Sprong hype train. Yeah. No, yeah, Daniel, I love the Sedins. They're amazing. I'm glad Flames have a better record and still miss playoffs. Plus, Sens and Habs have less points. Canucks have a better standing in the draft. That's true. We have a better draft position than all those teams, despite not making the playoffs. Lindholm would have caused issues for Shorty because of DPD, same pronunciation, and 3 players with the same name. Yeah, then you just don't say the first name. I think they'll expand eventually, but I don't know if Orlando is going to be the team, Simon. It will be tough to get Ehlers, I agree. How does St. Louis handle Demidov? Does he let him play his game or shelter minutes? No, let him play. Let him cook. Let him be a spark because they are going to be the underdog. They got nothing to lose. If we get an NBA team again, I guess we're no longer the Grizzlies. Yeah, because there's another team that has that name right now. JT Miller chant at Survivor Series. I do remember that, Swervin Yrvin. Absolutely. BC doesn't like to play it. Yeah, that's because your team makes it all the time. Are the Canucks cheap? We need to dump some big money for power forward. Quinn needs another superstar. No, I wouldn't say they're cheap. They might be mismanaged at times, but Aquilini has never been one to say you cannot spend. I still can't. Here, case in point, I still can't believe we have to pay OEL 4.7 next year. Yes, that's a really good point. Caught off guard by the JT Miller chance. Is that at Survivor Series? What was the biggest management mistake management made this season? I think is not resigning Cole. Yeah, to me, Cole was good, but I don't think that was a mistake. I actually think it was letting this Petey Miller thing, whatever it was, fester so long. My cup final take, Jets versus Caps. Ovi wins one more cup and retires. Okay. I like that. Canadian division is somewhat more painful. Yeah, I thought it was going to be good, but then it was bad. Joshua out for much of the season after breakout season. That stung. Yep, that's a major storyline as well. Really, really good point there. That's like a secondary storyline 5 through 8. Playoff hot takes? Nope, not before the confidence pool. Maybe after it. I don't see Alvin parting with our current prospects like Lecker, Mackey, Vlander Jr., but what player do you think we can get by trading our first round pick? Well, obviously someone who's not a UFA, so I'd have to look at who else is out there. I think they want a second line center who's in the 25 to 27-year-old range. I don't know who that is right now, to be honest with you. Not signing Tocchet after Jack Adams. Yeah, I agree with Rain about the Miller versus PD. I think Uso will win. What's the best thing management did this season? Yeah, I Lankinen is one. I think another great thing that management did was I think they completely revamped our defense. Remember, our defense, the season started with Juleson and Soucy and Desharnais, right? And now those 3 guys are gone, basically Juleson because of injury. And now we have DPD, MPD, and Mancini. So I think revamping their D. If Jets win, I hope Barry Trotz cries for not going home and helping out Nashville instead. Very good. Anyone forget we lost Hughes and Hron to injuries in December? Our best. Yes. No, you're right, Alfred. Injuries were a massive storyline. Yeet. Colorado Tampa Stanley Cup final again. Yes, that could happen. Lecker Mackey scoring his first career goal and the Islanders probably smoking us. The New Jersey debacle at home. Big Jim comes in dressed as Jay to distract at a critical moment for Jay to win. I like that. Yeah, that's why I think they're going to trade it, Tyler. Is he out for the playoffs? I know he got hurt. Oh, that stinks. Well, it's actually going to be untradeable after July 1st because he's got a no movement. So it's going to be tough. Charlotte got the Hornets name back. Canucks could draft a Vancouver Giant, Cameron Schmidt. I did not know that. I don't know if Marner would want to come here. Could have the Grizzlies if Memphis relocates. That's true. Although he might be a little further along. That is later in the draft. Gotcha. Will I be doing regular shows through the playoffs? Probably going to drop down to 3 times a week. That's my guess. That's at least what I'm thinking. But my schedule up until the middle of May is nutso with traveling, with church work, and with my own work. So going to try and stick to 3 shows a week though. And that's probably going to be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, every second night. And then on the weeks we do Canucks After Dark, it turns out to be 4 shows a week. Victor, he's a UFA. I don't think we're going to re-sign him, to be honest with you. Nick Dowd, Hype Train is still alive, and the only thing we have to show for JB goes to oil cap. Oh, to answer your question, no, not going to Asia this summer, John. Be sweet if Memphis relocates Fangirl. We'd have Ja. Eddie, that's right. And Kawamura. Who's Kawamura? I don't even know who that is. Is he Japanese? He sounds good. I wish Utah would drop the Jazz because that's the last place to hear that type of music. Clay reminds me of a teacher reading something in social studies, the way he reads the chats. Is that good or is that bad? Jason Robinson, walking boot. Not good. That's not good. That's bad. I didn't even notice Nashville was so low in the standings. What went wrong for them this season? Think they didn't have a lot of chemistry with all the new guys that came over. Stamkos and Marcia So and others. Week to week. Bummed out Robinson. Just do a 4-hour show once a week. I'll do that. I'll nail all my content in one night, but then who's going to, do I start at 11 p.m. and go to 3 a.m.? That's a little crazy. When is the next 24-hour marathon? I usually do it every 2 years. So if I keep on that, it won't be until October 2026. CC Social Studies class. I love it. We broke them after the first round of the playoffs. Nashville, that is? Yeah. Daniel says, keep grinding, Clay. Your content is awesome. Thank you, Daniel. Going to look at ways to be creative over the summer. I am going to eventually get a little survey out to anyone who wants to do it, mostly members actually, but just to see what's working and what's not working, what you want to see more of, less of on this channel. The 24-hour stream at the outset of the season was my favorite memory. Yrvin, were you there for all 24 hours of it? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And surprised my computer didn't break on me. CCC in the summer, Canucks crazy commentary. Every 2 years for 24-hour stream. No, we can't wait. Oh, you're very sweet. Sarah, here's a spoiler alert. It takes a lot out of me. There's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of preparation, and the execution itself is nutso, but I do enjoy it for sure. 18 hours, that's very impressive. Okay, friends, it is midnight. Yeah, my computer overheated at 3 a.m. That was not the best. Tortilla Slap, the 2024-25 season. You know, I think what I will do is I'll get my boys on the stream to help me wrap up the season. Wouldn't it be fun to bring Sean and Jacob on? I'll check with their schedules and I'll get them on a show relatively soon. Hey, Edison, I didn't even know you went. Where'd you go? Welcome back. Glenn, after how the NBA stuck it to us 20 years back, the stuck is to us back. The NBA stuck it to us. What? You said the same thing 3 times, Glenn. Did I shower? I had a shower break. That was when Sean and Jake took over. And then next thing I know, I'm getting slapped in the face with a tortilla. Would I do a live show from Winnipeg if the Jets make the Cup Finals? I'd consider it. You know, I would do it. Clay getting slapped was as funny as how snappy he got to lack of sleep. Welcome back from China. And making international a roti slap. DeBrus took a month before he scored his first goal. That's a good pizza slap, sushi slap. Yeah, the first 24-hour live stream, I did a portion on the treadmill. Great point. Get them to participate and explain the playoff pool. Oh, yeah, tomorrow might be too short notice. I'm not even going to try and say this because I'd probably offend someone. Thank you, Cindy. No, I don't know. We were just talking about what it'd be like to get one. Bring back Marie. I keyboard like Elmer Fudd. No problem. Glenn, you're the best. Great stream. Thank you. All right. It is time to wrap up. I can't travel before the middle of May. So if they make the final 2 rounds, perhaps. Who would show up for Clay? This is your life. Yrvin, I'm going to save that for another stream, but I have some answers for you already. And some really, TLC, I think he's not asking who would watch it. I think he's asking for what memorable characters from my past would I bring in. But I do appreciate your support. All right, friends, I'm going to go. Thank you for being here. This is the final post-game live stream of the 2024-2025 season. I actually thought, so I'm not going to do this, okay, guys? I'm not going to do this, so I'm not asking you to donate because I'm not going to do this. But I actually had a thought of making this the night where pay to stream, whereas for every dollar or whatever that someone donated, I would stay on for another minute. So if you wanted me to stream for 10 more minutes, someone would have to donate $10. If someone donates $60, I stream for another hour. So I'm not going to do it. So don't donate with the expectation of me doing that. But I think I may do that one in the summer. Just kind of build it up for a week. It's not as cool as the 24-hour live stream, but I would just stay on as long as, as long as people keep donating. But let me think about that. I don't want to look like a money grab. I can donate some of it to charity. But as you know, my favorite charity is the Canuck Clay charity because it's any donations I do make, I either reinvest in equipment, despite the lag, or more importantly, treat Gail and the kids to something nice. But we will figure that out another time. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame franchise members. Thank you for your support, and thanks to everyone else for watching, liking, and subscribing, not just tonight, but this entire season. I'm making it sound like this is the end, but this is not the end. It's the end of post-game live streams, at least Canucks post-game live streams. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Lou, weight loss coach, and thanks to the so many of you that donated. Skytrain Elfin, $5. Line Change, $5. Lucas, $28. Mark, $7. Yrvin, $5. Line Change, $2. And Selena and Justin using Selena's monthly membership message. Thanks to all of you for going above and beyond. Mike, with some amazing math, says that it only takes 1,440 to make me do a 24-hour live stream. So maybe you guys can pull some money together and force me to do that. Playoff summary streams. Yeah, I think that's, I think it might be just a way to kind of hang out and talk about what's going on. That sounds good. Yes, see you in the stream tomorrow. Tomorrow night, going to break down my confidence pool. I cannot wait for you guys to join it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for the great streams and community you built this past season. No problem, Sarah, even though you didn't come up to see me on Monday night, but I'll forgive you. And thank you, Shannon, for the compliment. All right, friends, as always, rate the bad joke out of 10 on the way out. And yes, join me tomorrow night for my stream where we are going to focus on the playoff confidence pool. It's going to be a lot of fun. I promise you. So as always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. You got it. I will. I'm going to put this upstairs right now. And Yrvin, I'll let you know what she says. Did you hear that the Energizer Bunny went to jail? Yes. The Energizer Bunny got sent to jail. He was charged with battery. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.